Hello.
Hello.
We are a Kepra student. We are working on our AA degree through College for America. Then starting from presentation, I am Vedaste and I am here alongside and
Vedaste Mugisha.
okay. Then we are working on a project called the Culture Dinner Party, and we are going to work as an anthropologist to recover and study the others' culture. Each and every one have two culture to start on and talk about his culture. And starting from mine, I worked on two culture, Hawaiian poi and Japanese rice. Starting from Hawaiian poi, Hawaiian poi is culture from Hawaii,
Yes.
and it means that it is with Hawaiian people. Okay. Hawaiian poi refer to food that traditional food from Hawaii. It means that the people from Hawaii believe that is the ancestor from Hawaii using poi. Then poi is a native cuisine of Hawaii. They make that poi by using the leaves and the roots from plant called karo. And that plant karo represent its god called taro. Taro.
Yeah.
Taro is a god from Hawaii. The ancestor from Hawaii believe in taro. Okay. Then it is prohibited in their culture that they can eat from dinner without having poi on the table. It means that it is disrespectful. If you do that, if you did not have poi, you do not respect their God. Okay. The other things that I like from that culture, the Hawaiian people believe that with eating poi, the family can be together, and it build the relationship between the Hawaiian people by using Hawaiian poi. Okay. Then by continue to Japanese rice, Japanese having many foods because the Japan they like to cultivate, and some of the Japan believe that believe and take Japan as a run from rice. It means that rice have a big role in Japan economy. The Japanese they can make wine and cakes into wine from rice.
Seems like you like wine.
Yeah. They can make wine in rice and cakes. In Japan, the rice and the other things which are related to prepare and cooking rice is called gohan. 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 It means that the people from Japanese, when they are going to talk about rice, they like to use that name gohan. Japan, rice from Japan is fundamental rice of Japan because the ancestor from Japan they use rice to exchange back from rice for goods and services using rice. It means that rice in Japan they respect so very much rice. Not only the Japanese who use that rice, but also the Americans use that rice. And the American like that white rice comes from Japan. Rice contribute. They have a big contribution to the Japanese economy because many Japan like to cultivate rice. Okay. Then is that about Japanese rice and the Hawaiian poi? By moving to the others culture that are assigned to each and every one, let us welcome Sherry.
Yes.
To tell more about his or her culture.
Okay, thank you, Vedaste. Me too, I was assigned to work on the two different cultures,
Yes.
whereby I was assigned to work on the Pennsylvania Dutch cooking and the Hindu wedding. Just starting from the Pennsylvania Dutch cooking, there was one historian whose name is Weaver. Yeah. William Rose Weaver has said too much about the Pennsylvania Dutch cooking. The big myths in Pennsylvania Dutch is that most of people used to confuse Pennsylvania Dutch and Amish, whereas only Amish represent 5%. You see that there's quite a difference between them. And also, when we jump on about the cooking or the food that are most liked by the Pennsylvania, you can find that when they are on the table, they use 14 different food.
Sure.
Yeah, right. 7 of them are sweet, and the others are not sweet, by the way. And their food on the table are given according to the season in which they are. The season of the year. The food that they eat in the printer is not the same as the summer.
Yeah.
You guys know that the year has the different season.
Yeah, of course.
I think all of you have learned about geography in your secondary school.
Yeah, sure.
And another thing that you have to know is that when they are on the table, they cannot miss meat on the table. Whatever food they eat, they have to put meat there and share together. So apart from that, there is also the other kinds of food that they share together. For example, you may get chicken corn soup. This is another kind. Another kind is chicken pot pie. But also there is another special food that they like in the whole country. That is their tradition. It is called funnel cakes. They make them themselves without using the machines, the industries. It is their tradition. Yeah, I think it is all about the Pennsylvania Dutch cooking, and I may jump on the Hindu wedding. Yeah, the Hindu wedding, of course, you know that a wedding, it is a ceremony.
Yeah.
When we say Hindu wedding, it is the wedding ceremony that took place there in Hindu. Yeah. And this Hindu wedding, it lasts for longer, even above 70 years, things like that, because the ancestors also use this kind of wedding, whereby it is the wedding whereby it is prepared by the two different parts. One part, it is the part of the bride, and the other one, it is the part of the groom. And when it is forbidden for the bride and the groom to see with the naked eye, yeah, with the naked eye, with their future mate, the real mothers and fathers, before getting that ceremony. And when starting that ceremony, something that is impressive or that has a good look is when the bride is getting into the mandap. When she's entering into the mandap, there is something they remove or they raise the curtain. That is the good ceremony. It looks very nice. And in their wedding, they use too much the food. And each food, of course, must have its own meaning. Yeah, they don't use meat. They don't use food randomly. Yeah, each food in its own time. For example, there is where they use the coconut. They take a coconut. The bride and her father, they take the coconut and they take to the groom. That coconut means the prosperity. It means that family is wishing the prosperity to the new or to the upcoming family, of course. Also, they use sugar. This sugar, they mix it with the cumin seed. The cumin seed is not somehow sweet. It is sour. And sugar, you know that it is sweet. That time, it means that they want to show them that in life there is the bitterness and the sweetness. After the ceremony at the end, also they enjoy, they make the games, they do whatever to make them happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think that is the end of it.
we really like that. You did an amazing job to discover some about in the Indian culture, like in the wedding. It is better. I really like the way that they celebrate in the marriage, and they have something like as a reason to know that in life they are.
The bitterness and the sweetness.
Okay, I really like that. The narrators will come with that and tell more about the culture that he was assigned to work on.
Yes, thank you so much, Vedaste and Ambaje and Thierry Shukur. So, as you said, I was assigned to work on two different culture, and the first culture is a trinket portrait, and the second culture is tailgating on football games. So, starting from the trinket portrait is the culture where people must call their visitors or their different people around him when he has like the main event on his or her home. So the main event they consider at the first menses period of a girl, the son's marriage and the firstborn in the family. So when you have the three events in your family, you have to call for the visitor in different places so they come and share different lunches or different meals. So the food they like to share most depend on the season, as Terry said about the culture I was talking about. But the most time they like to eat fish. In their culture, they like to eat fish. Yeah, they like to eat fish. And most of the time, you cannot come with many people in one family. So you need to come with one family member. And when you are going back, the host must give you something to give the rest of the family at your home. For example, if I'm the host and I called you in one family, in another family, and you have like your wife at home, I need to give you something to give to your wife.
And like something like a takeaway.
Like takeaway to give to the rest of the family. That's the culture, yeah, the culture from trinket portrait. Moving forward on the culture of tailgating football game is a traditional culture in America where people must meet before a football match. Most of the time they spend like a whole night by celebrating before the match. In that case, people must come up with different foods, like different meals to share together. So nobody who is allowed to share like to eat alone. You must have like a group of two or more than two persons to share like foods. The food they like most are the snacks, including hamburger, including hot dogs, and some beverage. So you need to come up with those things, and there is no reason behind those food. Instead, it is because they are portable, because of they are snacks. They are portable. Yeah, portable. You need to come with those foods. And the purpose of that traditional culture is because most of the time people spend like much time without meeting together, and the purpose to get like to show the world that they have like commitment, they have collaboration, and other different things. So it's those things I discover on my culture. Thank you so much.
You did a great job by knowing how they share food, and I understand that they like to eat hamburger.
Yes.
Me too, I like to eat hamburger.
Oh, you will join the.
I like to eat hamburger.
Yeah.
And moving forward, also each and everyone have his own culture that we are going to tell more about that culture, and after they will use like analysis by compare and contrast using the culture that he was assigned to work on.
Yeah.
Starting from my culture, you can determine who I am by seeing how I say
Sure.
and what I do. It means that I am umujomba. Umujomba. My culture is Abajomba culture. Abajomba are the people from western of DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes.
They really like to do some activity which is fun, and you have like some ceremony we like to do, like umuganura ceremony. Umuganura is where you cultivate, and when you get a rabo, you must celebrate with a family that you did an amazing job with your hands. You know that Abajomba, they like to cultivate so very much. And we are the pastors because we are the farmers. We have many cows. Have many cows in our culture. We respect cows. When people respect the cows, it means it is moving on one direction with milk. In our language called amata. We like the food that we like to use is ibijumba bidahase and the ibishimbo.
Yeah.
We really like that beans.
Yes.
In our culture, but when we having like ceremony, we used to drink like sagam beer
Yeah.
and amata for the young children.
Yes.
Okay, there is something which is prohibited in our culture. The men are not allowed to sit with the women and the children to share the food.
Sure.
It is prohibited.
Prohibited.
Yeah, when a man wants to eat, there is some reserved room called the agachinga where they sit and take food.
It means no children can reach there.
No, I am, as you see, I am young,
Yeah.
but I didn't see my father while he was
Eating.
eating.
Yeah, go.
In our culture, it is prohibited.
Right.
And also, in our culture, we didn't share together. We didn't share the food with other people
Mm.
because the people must work hard in order to get what to eat.
It is individual.
It is
You don't like
individual.
visitors.
Yeah, when you come, it is a time to eat. Give you a newspaper and you
Go.
Chair is sit.
and read.
Oh,
It is that in our culture, women wear vitenge as the same as the men. Also, the men can wear vitenge, and boys are for looking the cow.
Cows, yeah.
The cows they like to, because we are the farmers. The boys must look after the cows. When we are in dowry ceremony, we use cow as a dowry gift. Then by compare and contrast our culture, my culture with Hawaiian poi. In Hawaiian poi they respect his god Taro,
Taro.
and they use kalo as sacrifice of Taro. And in our culture, we doesn't have any god. We believe in that we have a one God in heaven. Now, the other thing is that our culture is different from those culture. We like so very much to eat ibijumba. We like so very much to eat ibijumba, while the Hawaiian like to eat poi, and the Japanese like to eat rice. Something which is similarity. When we having ceremony, we like to tell story and dancing. And in our culture, when we are having ceremony, we like to dance so very much. We have some traditional food called the kinyamera, and we really dance it like a hingasha, hingasha. Okay, let us move forward for Thierry and tell more about his culture.
Yes, thank you, Vedaste. Me too, my culture is somehow fine, not fine, even fun, things like that. Starting from from how we see about the crops, about the harvest. At the first harvest or at the first crops, we take the first crops that you get from what you have cultivated, and you go to your leader, the leader of the region in which you are. And you go there, you dance, you do what, you get the something, the beverage, you drink, things like that. Even sometimes you bring meat. After getting the meat, you enjoy together as the sign of prosperity. Apart from that, in public, at the end of each month, there's the waterfalls, the ways of water. When to rain, you have to go and clean where water will pass. That kind, or the way in which population pass, maybe when they are going to market, when they are doing the different things, that action is called sarongo. So yeah, it is called sarongo. And apart from that, when we are we have we can give our ladies. Our ladies are so beautiful.
Sure.
So yeah, right. Are very beautiful, and we are ready to marry for every person who wants. It means our ladies are not limited to our own locality. And please, guys, I've forgotten to tell you who am I. I'm Umunyamasisi. Means our region our region is called the Masisi.
Yeah.
So the people who live there are called Abanyamasisi. And they just I'm talking about the culture of Abanyamasisi, of course, who I am, in which I belong. So apart from that, we like cows. We like to squeeze, and we like to share food together. And I think that is all about our culture. And if I turn the page and go to the similarity, and the similarity about from our culture to the Hindu, they like to share when they are in ceremony. The same as our culture, we like to share when there is ceremony, when there is wedding, things like that. And something that of difference is that their bride is not their bride and the groom were not allowed to look to their future mates, means the real mother and fathers. But in our culture, you can see them, even dialogue with them. You can speak together, and you are free. Yeah, as well they can give you advice even before marriage, things like that. And I think I'm done with those culture. Thank you very much.
You're right that you are Umunyamasisi.
Yeah.
You understand? They have a beautiful girl.
Yeah, we join.
Yeah,
You
you
will
are
join
welcome.
our culture.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let us move forward for Vedaste and tell more about your culture.
Thank you so much, Vedaste and and Thierry. As you said, I was talking about your own culture. Me too, I have my own culture, different from yours. Mine called Umunyamurenge. So Abanyamurenge are people from Republic Democratic of Congo in South Kivu of the country. Our small region is called Imurenge. So people from Imurenge are Abanyamurenge. Do you know the meaning? So in our culture, we have different culture, which is different from many cultures. So in our culture, especially girls, nobody who is allowed to come in our culture who is not Umunyamurenge to marry with a guy from Abanyamurenge. Even different from yours. Yeah. even nobody who is Umunyamurenge, who is a boy, to marry outside the Abanyamurenge.
Unlimited.
Unlimited in
That you are
Abanyamurenge.
limited in your culture.
Yes.
Yeah. Religion.
Yeah, we are limited to our religion.
Yeah.
So this is our culture, which is very different to others. Again, in our culture, we like very much to have more cows, whereby one family have more than 100 cows. So this is a very thing which is very good for us, and we like what you call milk. As you said, as we like to squeeze, and in our lunch we can't miss like beverage called milk. We like very much milk,
Yeah.
and we most of the time we share milk with akaunga. So you can take akaunga and share.
Yeah, I come from maize.
Yes, from maize, and have like milk around there to help us to get lunch in a good mood. So something which is very similar to the Tlingit portrait is that in Tlingit portrait, when you come in Tlingit portrait, you need to go back with something, to go back to your family. Even as, especially in the wedding ceremony, when you come in the wedding, the host can give you something to take away from your family.
Yeah.
Also, something which is similar to tailgating is that when you come to the tailgating, you need to come with some things to eat.
Yeah.
Even in our culture, when you have like wedding ceremony, different people like visitors need to come with like jerrycans of milk, potatoes, like what we call in our culture, we call it in
Kinyamurenge.
in Kinyamurenge, called in
Okay.
Yeah. Something which is different from tailgating in football game. Nobody in our culture is allowed to go to the football game. When you go there, we take